This episode is brought to you by Starbucks.
That is fire.
Whoa, that's good.
This might be the drink of the summer.
Okay, I like this one too. I'm rocking with it. Okay.
Try it for yourself. Starbucks Refreshers concentrates are coming home. Find them in the coffee aisle and make it yours.
Welcome to Board Gamers Anonymous, the podcast where everyone's welcome to the table, but of course, as always, no one knows whose turn it is. This is Chris.
This is Tim.
And this is episode 582, the World Cup of Game Designers, Sweet 16. We like to thank all our Patreon backers for helping us bring you a brand new episode. Hello, friends. Hello, fans out there. Welcome back to another episode. And welcome back to our World Cup coverage of game designers. Yes, that is correct. Cardboard has a place in the World Cup, and it's thanks to all of the wonderful game designers out there from around the world to come together for this special celebration and competition, the World Cup of Game Designers.
Things are about to get rowdy, I can tell.
There's going to be some hooligans in the audience, Tim. You know that, right?
That's right. Dressed up in country colors and rooting for your home country designers. So let us know how we did in representing your country. And if you have strong opinions, we understand.
Yeah, so we wanted to bring together a World Cup of game designers that are representative of their country of origin and take a look at the hottest game designers out there. Take a look at the hottest game collections that they've put together in their ludology. And, do a little bracketing, do a little competition, do a little battling, and see in the end who reigns supreme, Tim.
There can be only one.
There you go. There's your Duncan MacLeod moment there. So, Tim, how'd you come across this list here?
So, I thought it'd be fun to look through the top 100 games on Board Game Geek, pull up their designers, and see if I could find information on where those designers call home. I did, when forced to choose, go by their country of origin, but I will recognize that some designers are born one place and end up working somewhere else. So the list is a little bit messy in that regard, but it was an interesting exercise nonetheless. And so I went through the top 100. As I came across a designer, I looked where they were from, and that's how I came up with our seeding. So if the first country I came across was Germany, that would get the number one seed. It's actually England. It's going to get the number one seed. And then I went down the list, and as I came across new countries, assigned them a seed and sort of built the teams of designers for each country as I went. So I threatened Chris before the episode. I'm going to put him on the spot a bit and see if he can figure out what designers for what countries. I'm not expecting him to know all things board game, as wise as he is. So
there's certain knowledge, Tim, that I choose not to keep in reserve so that I can keep other information. So as always, Tim, I will misidentify, mispronounce everyone involved in the process because I believe in true equality, Tim. True equality.
And I have to say, I will do my best, and I mean no disrespect to names that are not as easy for my tongue to handle.
Same.
Okay.
It's with the utmost reverence and sadly the worst pronouncing skills you could possibly have on a podcast about board games. But again, the most reverence for these designers.
Absolutely. So going through that top 100, I came up with 21 countries that appeared to be represented. So
wonderful.
I'm going to pull two out of the mix right off the bat because there are two countries that have just a ton of designers that have made the top 100. I don't think those countries are too surprising. When we talk about games, we tend to think in terms of German Euro games and Amerithrash, I guess is my preferred term. But so the USA and Germany by far and away had the most designers in the top 100. So my thought is we'll save those for one final matchup where I'm going to force Chris to choose once and for all before between his Euro games and his Ameritrash games.
Oh no.
Based on their designers. And the rest will absolutely have to be burned, Chris. So I hope we're ready for a purge.
Oh, geez. I mean, my country of origins versus where my heart is in Germany? Where my games live? No, Tim, no.
We'll save that for the grand finale. I thought it would be more interesting to pit some of these other countries against each other and
Sure.
see who makes it through the brackets.
Yeah, I think in part, Tim, this idea that you had come up with was also to, spotlight some of the countries and some of the designers that typically don't get that kind of recognition because they're typically from smaller markets or smaller countries and are not in the kind of media mainstream. And we really want to kind of highlight all those wonderful designers and designs and countries of origin that really add to our enjoyment and the wonderment of tabletop gaming.
Yeah, I have to say, to make the top 100 on BGG is a great feat. And some of these games I know, and I have to admit, I didn't know the designers of some of the top 100 games. And so looking into this was really something I found kind of a rabbit hole to go down. So I hope you listeners all enjoy the ride along with us. Before we start the top 16 bracket, I will give honorable mentions to 3 other countries that aren't going to get a chance in the bracket.
Oh, they didn't make the cut, man.
That happens with the World Cup, Chris. You got some countries that are favorites that just don't get into competition. So those 3 countries are going to be Australia.
Oh,
yeah. The designer of Blood on the Clock Tower is from Australia. So
yes.
Stephen Medway. Apologies, but you're not making the cut just yet.
Oh, jeez.
Japan, which is a surprise to me. There's quite a big board game industry in Japan, is my understanding. And
there is, yeah.
Definitely, if we went further than the top 100, I think we'd run into lots of Japanese designers.
100%, yeah.
But the only one represented in the top 100 is Hisashi Hayashi from Bomb Busters.
Oh,
also
wow.
did Yokohama and Trains were some popular games from him. So respect to him, but not going to get into the competition. And finally, Norway. Finished in the 21st slot.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Christian Amundsen Otsby and Alif Svensson designed Revive, Santa Maria, and then Svensson also designed The Magnificent, which I thought was also a great game. So, honorable mentions to Australia, Japan, and Norway. And so, if you're dressed up in those colors, my apologies, but you're going to get sent home prematurely here.
Yeah. Tim doesn't have an email address yet, but so you could just yell things in your country of origins language into the podcast player of your choice, and Tim will somehow psychically feel a little bit of that kind of country's rage. So, and Tim is now obviously not allowed to travel to those countries any longer.
Yeah. Again, respect to all of you. All right. So let's dive into our first bracket. We're going to put the number 1 seed. And if you think of what the top ranked board game is on Board Game Geek, that'll be your clue as to what designer I'm thinking about here, Chris. An English design.
I mean, you kind of gave it away a little, Tim, didn't you? Is it not England, Tim?
Yeah, England.
Yeah.
So the designer that gets the number 1 slot there is Martin Wallace.
Yeah, we got brass.
Yeah. But Martin Wallace also did some other great games, Age of Steam and that whole series with trains. And a game I really enjoyed was Anno 1800. Have you played that one?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we played that a lot. Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
And he's going to get some assists from some other English designers in the top 100. Jamie Jolly, who did Oathsworn Into the Deepwood. I've not played that one. And Nigel Buckle from Voidfall and Imperium fame. Now, that one's a bit of a stretch because he's born English, but my understanding is he works in Macedonia. So, I don't know if Macedonia would have made the cut. It probably would have been an honorable mention. But so our first team up is England, captained by Martin Wallace. So kind of a strong contender. And they're going to go up against our 16th seed, which is going to be New Zealand. So any idea who our New Zealand designers might be, Chris?
Well, Tim, I'm going to have to go with the obvious joke here. It's got to be, was it Australia's? It's with the Z. Remember that game with Cthulhu running kind of the lands out there?
But no.
It's got to be something Cthulhu-esque, no?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna have that team camp has gonna have 2 designers. Actually 3. Sorry, Carl de Visser, who is the designer of Endeavor, Deep Sea, and Endeavor Age of Sail. And then the probably more recognized designer in my head was Shem Phillips, and partnered with S.J. MacDonald for Paladins of the West Kingdom, Architects of the West Kingdom, and Viscounts of the West Kingdom. I assume you played some of those, or at least I hope you have, Chris, in terms of the West Kingdom series.
Yes, no, I played several of those games. It's quite an impressive collection. I mean, back in the day, you only saw that kind of output from like Uwe Rosenberg or Stefan Feld, and that whole collection of games really kind of, it's at first it was like, okay, these are kind of yet more medium to lightweight kind of Euro games, and I've seen it, and then you keep seeing it, you're like, oh, okay, that's a little slight change on a theme and a little bit of slight change, and then eventually it's an empire now.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's been
to
very
me, they've
impressive.
had quite a range of interesting worker placement mechanics.
Yes.
Interesting card play where you have a lot of decks with that sort of mix of wide variety of cards, each which do something different, and you're trying to select which powers and combos you can build, tableau building out of those. So I've really enjoyed some of that series. But if I put you to the test here, Chris, you only get to keep one. You get to keep your Martin Wallaces. And your Nigel Buckle,
Phillips,
or you get to keep your Shem Phillips and your Endeavor. Which way you leaning?
I have to take a look at my BGG collection to see where I have more of a thing. Obviously, the North Seas and the West Kingdoms and the South Tigers are very important to me. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it's one of those kind of challenges. I mean, I already mentioned Australia with the Z, and that's a Martin Wallace game. And I've really enjoyed a lot of his games throughout, including A Study of Emerald, which is probably, most people don't remember that because it came out, it was like a rare gem from Kickstarter and then disappeared, and they made another version of it. But I'm gonna do Martin Wallace. I mean, it's really hard to outdo a number 1 seed, especially when it's brass based.
So here's my dark confession. I've only played brass twice. So
Tim,
I've actually played Age of Steam more than I played brass.
Wow, we let you on the podcast?
I know.
Jeez.
So I know some of you are screaming into your microphones or your lack thereof at home and saying you could take this microphone from me and do better. I'm sorry.
Aww.
But I'm actually to go with Shem Phillips on this one. I know that's a big upset, but I like train games, and I like your Void Falls, your Imperium's kind of that heavier stuff, but I really like that West Kingdom Civic, and Endeavor is a game that our group has played a ton with the new Deep Sea. It's strategic enough, but enough variability in that box with the different setups and scenarios that we've got a lot of play out of that. So I am going with the underdog, New Zealand.
Wow. I mean, again, Lord of the Rings and everything else, like there's many reasons, to go along with that, but oh, Tim, that is a takeaway. Well, look, so we've talked about this before when we do our brackets. Tim and I will now fight it out in a battle contest. In the end, there can be only one. It's metal cage match, 2 out of 3. Or, Tim, would you rather roll the D20? We should probably roll the D20, right? Because it's a podcast. No one's going to see the fisticuffs otherwise.
Yeah, too much hooliganism gets us kicked out of the stadium. So
we'll leave the hooliganism to all the listeners out there so they can clash. I mean, yeah, that's a thing. So I'm going to roll your standard D20 here as I'm showing to our officiate, Tim, over here. I got our D20. Odds are evens, Tim. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling odd.
What would Shem do, Tim? What would Shem do?
I'm feeling odd.
You're feeling odd? Okay. And we have 13. There is the upset of all upsets, Tim.
Our final seed upsets our first seed. And let the hate mail start rolling in. Again, no email address for me associated with this podcast, but we'll take it. So the Battle of the Commonwealth goes to New Zealand. We may have a few other Commonwealth countries that show up coming later, but
England's not having a good time these days, Tim.
I do love you, Martin Wallace. If you ever listen to this, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, the number one seed gets knocked out. Unbelievable. All your prediction markets are just crashing now, Tim. You know that's what's happening.
We just lost all credibility.
No, we didn't lose credibility, but someone lost a lot of money, and it probably wasn't me, right, Tim? Right, Tim?
I don't know if people are allowed to bet on our podcast, but here we go.
There's somebody out there, and there's got to be at least one person.
Alrighty. So our 2 and 3 we're going to skip, which are Germany and the USA, and our
Sure.
number 4 country is going to become our number 2 seed,
Ooh,
and that is Italy.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, there's quite a list of designers that are going to make this Italian team. Again, these are some of the names I'm going to start to butcher, and I apologize. So Roberto Di Meglio and Marco Maggi and Francesco Nepatelli, known for War of the Ring, Battle of the Fire Armies, and Dune War for Arrakis. So a pretty good catalog there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add into that team Simone Luciani, known for Barrage, Grand Austria Hotel, Zolkin, Darwin's Journey, Voyages of Marco Polo, Nucleum. And his design team includes Virginio Gigli and Flamina Brasini. Overlap quite a bit on some of those design credits. So that's quite a powerhouse team, in my opinion, here, Chris.
That is quite a powerhouse team. I mean, the Italians have owned this Euro market for quite some time. Typically, we think about the Germans, but the Italians are really a mainstay here, and they're everywhere. And they're in, a lot of different types of games, too, not just your traditional Euro games. So they're going to be hard to beat, Tim.
Yeah, so the number 15 seed is going to go to Spain.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and so I don't think Spain is a hotbed of design area, but you have a strong team in Isra C and Shay S, who did White Castle and Red Cathedral. So small but mighty. Those are some pretty heavy-hitting titles that have made the top 100 with White Castle. So I've definitely enjoyed those ones too. It's a much smaller list of games. If we're gonna only keep one list or the other in my collection, I guess I'll go first and say that I would have to go with the Italians, just with the number of games, and some of the games in that list are just all-timer.
Yeah, those are big, epic experiences, and that's really top-notch players throughout. As you mentioned, the Spain games are no slouch. They're smaller, a lot more fit. Get those in between the large, heavy Euro games, simulation games, war games out there. So, certainly apples and oranges as far as game designers and ludologies are concerned. But yeah, Tim, I'm going to agree with you here. It's got to be the Italians. They're just owning pretty much every genre in the kind of Euro market. So I'm going to go with them as well. So the Italians move on.
Okay. The third seed for our brackets is a bit of a surprise, but Sweden comes in as our third seed. There's really only one sort of design team I'm aware of in Sweden that makes high rankings, and that's the Frixelius brothers. Captained by Jacob Frixelius, with Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, Terraforming Mars, the dice game, and all things Terraforming Mars.
Yes.
Little game you may have heard of, Chris.
I think I'm a bit familiar with it. I've seen, I've heard, I've read things about it. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. And they are up against our 14th seed, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
No bias here.
Oh no.
So our team is definitely going to be captained by a certain gentleman by the name of Eric Lang.
Went with Lang, huh?
Yeah. So Cthulhu Death May Die, Blood Rage, Rising Sun, Chaos in the Old World, Ankh, Marvel United. Eric's had his hand in a few board game design pies, especially through his days at CMON.
I'm glad to see that you're claiming Lang, because Lang's been around a little bit, and he's definitely been known best for his hybrids as far as the Euros and the Ameritrash games. And he's kind of owned that space. He's been very powerful with, throughout all his little collections here and there, and just it really has owned the market. He's just such a mega mind out there. And typically when you see anything that's incredibly popular, it's probably a Lang game.
Yeah, he designs at that sweet spot that I think is very accessible, and that is his professed goal, I think, in his position he's in now, is to try and bring more strategy into mass market games. And so,
Mm-hmm.
Life in
Yeah.
Reterra, I played recently for the first time. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was
Sure.
hobby game breaking, but it was a solid and reasonably
Mm-hmm.
priced, available at your Amazon Indigo type locations. So I think he's
Yeah.
still got some gas in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, he came up with the whole United series. So you had your Marvel United, DC United, and that was so popular among so many people. The Kickstarters were insane. I should know, I own it. But obviously his Blood Rage, his Rising Sun, and Ankh and everything else out there. So again, very all crowd pleasing games. But Tim, are they more powerful and more epic than a Terraforming Mars?
Whew. This one's a tough one for me because Terraforming Mars, I've sort of, between that and Underwater Cities, sort of indicated are some of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I really struggle. I don't want to give up Terraforming Mars out of my collection, but if you're going to make me pick between that and all those games by Eric Lang, I think my patriotism is going to weigh a little on me here. I'm going to have to go with Canada.
Okay, Tim. I'm going to go with Terraforming Mars, just because I think it's one of those games that is. I mean, Lang has such diversity and such power throughout. Terraforming Mars is just a monolith, and it's just been there for so long. You mentioned all the different kind of spin-offs from it, but generally, everyone knows Terraforming Mars. So that's going to lead us to a roll-off, Tim.
I don't know.
How are you feeling now, buddy?
Well, can I throw Daryl Andrews in there for Team Canada too? Sagrada?
Oh, he's throwing Daryl Andrews in.
He didn't make the top 100, but I think Daryl Andrews is a great designer too. Mistwind, I love. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll just, Canadian designers, come on.
You want to bulk up the team? You want to pull in some mercs in there in the last second?
I think that's cheating by my definition of how I made this list, but
that's okay. You can fill out your team a little bit.
Yeah,
it's hard because, like you said, you have with Lang, you probably have one of the best designers who's ever lived, versus probably one of the best games that
correct.
For a modern market that's ever existed. So it's really hard. I don't know if Lang. I mean, Blood Rage better than Terraforming Mars? Would you say that Blood Rage is Lang's best game?
Probably. I will say I can get Blood Rage to the table more easily than Terraforming Mars. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
But anyways, I'll let you keep your vote. I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, they're both. I mean, again, it's really hard because, like I said, it's designer versus the designs that come from them, and Lang obviously has such a gigantic ludology throughout. All right, Tim, pick a number here. You're going odds or evens?
I'm going to stick with odds.
I'm going to stick with odds. We got 17.
Oh, that's me again. Never mind.
That's you again, Tim. You were disappointed by that? You almost got deported.
Go Team Canada.
Jeez.
I do know my odds from even. Honest.
What do you do again for a living, Tim?
Yeah, never mind.
It's okay, Tim. It's okay.
All right.
You had a long day of actually doing real work, Tim. This is fine. Everyone's fine with it.
Okay. Go Team Canada. Second round. Here we go.
That's just like a true Canadian who already thinks that they lost and very apologetic about it. They're like,
defeated before we start.
Yeah. I knew we were going to lose. I feel bad about it, but sure.
Alrighty, we're going back to Europe for the next round. We got our fourth seed, the Czech Republic.
Ooh, this is the big ones. I like these.
Yeah, so CGE, I think, has really championed game design in the Czech Republic.
Yes,
and this is a team I know you're going to like. So the highest ranked game in this list was actually SETI. So Thomas Holick, I guess, would be the team captain. Designer of SETI, Galileo Galilei, Teegarden. Vlada Shavadl will get the co-captain with Through the Ages, Mage Knight, Code Names.
Oh, killers, man.
Min and Elwyn with Lost Ruins of Arnak. And Vladimir Suchi with Underwater Cities, Pragna Caput Regni, Pulsar 2849, and Last Will. So,
oh man,
like, I expect them to go deep here.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, they have a bunch of top games in the top 100 and just a wonderful diversity. I mean, that's a killer team, Tim. That's a deep bench.
Yeah. So the unfortunate team up against them is going to be the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
I am of Dutch descent, at least half of me.
Okay.
So during the World Cup, I have been known to dress in orange and get a little rowdy when the Netherlands win. So
Okay.
I'll put a shout out to designers Jeroen Doeman and Joris Wiersinga.
Mm-hmm.
Names you may or may not know, but you may know their company, Splotter. Food chain magnet, Indonesia, the Great Zimbabwe, and Antiquity being some
Oh
of their top
man, the
titles.
only team that could take on CGE is a Splotter. Oh no, that's not. Oh no.
So I mean, these are top 100 games. Like, bad respect to these guys who are designing company in countries that historically were not the hotbeds of game design and making some world-renowned products. So, what are you thinking, Chris?
I don't think I want to vote in this one, Tim.
Again, remember, you're burning all these people out of your collection as we eliminate them from the brackets.
Oh, geez, this is not good at all. It's not good. I mean, Splotter. I mean, these designers, they have such a unique, untouchable spot in tabletop gaming. I mean, there's nothing like their games. They are as complicated and complex and as deep as your 18 double X's, but they are as thematically engaging as the most wondrous Euros and the Ameritrash kind of games. Like, they're intense when you play them. CGE just has a catalog of fun. Like, CGE just has like a wonderful catalog and just wonderful designers of. Oh no, Tim, no, no.
I think when I think of these two companies, I hope I don't mean any disrespect to Splotter when I say this, but they feel a little more rough around their edges, indie designer kind of feel.
Yeah, purposely so, I think. Yeah,
massively successful and brilliant games versus CG, a high level of polish, high art, well play tested, developed. Like, I never fly into any flaws in the games they release. So I mean,
yeah. Oh no, see, I can't go that far. CGE's had a lot of just crippling, problematic bombs that were very nice and shiny.
And you guys have played those ones.
I've played those ones. I've been there and played those ones. So they have maybe a 2/3 success rate, but they've had some games where, like, Deal with the Devil and that Star Trek one, which those are both games I really wanted to like, and they just did not do well.
Fair.
For example, but Splotter, I mean, I do agree with you. I mean, they're known for their kind of raw, homemade type of games, but if they do have problems with the Splotter games, it's because they dared to go too close to the sun. I mean, if you take a look, like, Food Chain Magnet is such just an epic, wondrous, amazing, complex, otherworldly kind of design, or Indonesia with just the complications to it, or Antiquity, or the Great Zimbabwe. I mean, like, these are just tremendous games. I mean, they have some smaller games throughout. I mean, Bus is a great game. Oof, Tim.
Another consideration for me, though, is what gets to the table. So I have to say, like, I need to be in the mood for Splotter, and I need to have a specific game group willing to play Splotters, where that Czech group includes two of my favorite games, Lost Ruins of Arnak and Underwater Cities. Like, I just my vote's with the Czech. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad vote. I mean, Vladimir Suchy is one of my favorite designers, hand down. I mean, I've talked about him a lot, and Through the Ages, I mean, one of the best, if not the best, Civilization games out there for sure. Underwater Cities and SETI. SETI is just an amazing game that's relatively recent. So,
and our group actually has got a lot of play out of Galileo 2. I know you and Anthony weren't quite as hot on that one. We really have enjoyed that one. So.
Yeah, I haven't played it. Anthony wasn't so hot on it, but I haven't played that one yet. So I did play Tea Garden.
Yeah.
So other games in that general genre of things. Oh, Tim, no. Splotter versus CGE.
You guys can't see it off camera, but Chris is wringing his hands and holding his forehead. He's feeling the strain here. He's in the last sort of penalty time, it feels like. But we're just at the first round here, Chris.
I know,
a long ways to go, buddy.
Oh, no. All right. Yeah, I mean, I gotta think in a competition between the two. I think Splotter holds up for me. I think there are lesser design teams, but Splotter is not one of them. I think Splotter can hold out on their own. So Tim, once as always, we're gonna do a roll, Tim. So do you got a number? You got an odd and even for me?
I'm going to go with odd and hope I know which numbers are odd.
Does it really matter, Tim? I'll tell you a number. You'll be like, I lost. I'm like, yeah, you lost, Tim.
I can't believe I'm voting against the Dutch. That's going to get me some.
That's going to get you in trouble, Tim.
In my household, yeah.
I will be welcome there. You may not so much, Tim. All right, here we go. And Tim, we have 14.
Oh, that is an upset right there. It's 13th seed upsetting the Czechs. The Netherlands moves on.
That's crazy, but well deserved. The Splotters, they were a little more analytical, Tim. They thought out strategy a little bit more, and they were able to pull together a game plan to outplay CGE a little bit here.
Okay. All right, our next bracket. We're going to bring in the French as our 5th seed. Any French designers that come to mind, Chris? Let our audience think for a moment at home.
None that I want to say out loud, Tim, to be honest with you.
Antoine Baza is your.
No, the French knows what they did, Tim. We don't here in America. We don't acknowledge the French. I don't know if you know that as a Canadian. It's pretty smart on our part. We just we don't acknowledge the French. So
pour le français.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the game company, Tim? Sorry, we're French. That's actually a game company. I'm not making that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Antoine Bauza, Seven Wonders, Takanoka, Ghost Stories, Bruno Cathala, who helped with Seven Wonders Duel, Lord of the Rings Duel, but is also known for Five Tribes, Sea Salt and Paper, Cyclades.
Jeez, man. It's crazy.
Luc Ramond, Sky Teams, and Johan Benvenuto for Harmonies.
That's a pretty strong list, Tim.
All right, so taking them on, our number 12 seed is going to go to Denmark. So Asgar Alexandrov Grenerud and Daniel Skjold Peterson with Heat, Pedal to the Metal, Flamme Rouge, 13 Days, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and Copenhagen.
Okay. Not a bad list. Small country. Not a bad grouping.
Yeah.
Not a bad team. Couple of hot shots there for sure.
I'll say Heat, Pedal to the Metal I thought was a very good game. I haven't played Flamme Rouge that it was based off of, but I enjoyed the mechanics. Felt like a very unique deck builder. Any deck builder with a map or a physical element immediately is a selling point for me. I'm happy to try anything along that vein. 13 Days, the Cuban Missile Crisis was kind of a two-player war card game like Twilight Struggle, boiled down to a much smaller scale. I played it once. It was okay. I think it's one of those games I'd have to really get to know the cards to do well in, and I have not played Copenhagen. So the Denmark team, I have to say, is underrepresented in my game plays. I don't know for you, Chris, whether you've played too many of those or not.
No, I'm pretty much in the same vein as you are, Tim. Like, I've appreciated some of their game designs, but certainly don't have as robust of a game collection or a design team as the French. I mean, they're just broad and vast, and they just kind of, I mean, just Seven Wonders alone is just one of those big masterpiece modern day classics that's kind of everywhere. So yeah, I mean, how do you not go with the French at this point? Is there any way not to?
I'm in with the French pretty solidly as well.
All right. Well, the French moves on to the next round.
Okay. This next match is an interesting historical matchup because we're going to have Austria versus Hungary. So the Austro-Hungarian Empire at play here. So from Austria, Alexander Pfister, known for Great Western Trail, Maracaibo, Mombasa, Broom Service, and Wolfgang Warsch as his co-captain with Quacks, Gonchen Clever, and Taverns of Tiefenthal. So pretty solid design teams out of Austria. Wolfgang Warsch especially has been tearing it up in terms of Spiel des Jahres nominations there for a few years. And Pfister the same. So I think pretty solid team out of Austria. And up against Hungary, David Turchi, known for Anachrony, Voidfall, Nucleum, Imperium, Tekkenu, Kitchen Rush. And then the guys at, what's that design company? It's escaping me at the moment, but Richard Amon and Victor Peter from Anachrony, Tricurion, Cerebria, The Inside World. Help me out, Chris. What's the name of that design company?
Are you talking about Mind Clash?
I am talking about Mind Clash. Thank you.
Mind Clash, yeah.
So, yeah, Hungarian designers for those titles.
Yeah, Victor Peter. Really love Mind Clash games. They're fantastic, and they're still an up and comer. I mean, we've rated and reviewed their games for many years, and they're just getting better as far as their output's concerned. I mean, there's just so many. I know Anthony, one of his favorite games was Voidfall. One of my favorite games, Tricarion. Nucleum is great.
I haven't got a chance to play Nucleum yet. It's definitely on probably my top 5 wish list to play off my friend's Corey shelf. So I imagine it'll hit the table before too much longer. But
it's the only thing I would say about the game. It's a lot. Like you really, it's a lot of things. But if you've played Brass, then you have a general idea of some of the mechanics. I mean, it's not Brass. Don't get me wrong, but it's got some of the Brass. You'll see Brass in it. Let's put it that way.
I got Voidfall to the table fairly recently as well. That's also a lot. But we really enjoyed that as a 2 to 3 player game cooperatively.
Yeah, I think that's what Mind Clash is really known for, is that their games are a lot. They don't really edit their games down very much, which they probably need to, but certainly they're very good games. So I also have I can't remember the name of the game. I have the Witches game, which was supposed to be like a lighter, sharper version of their games. And it's still a lot for what it is. And we can't forget Turtzi, who's just kind of probably one of the most famous designers out there working, especially all the solo stuff that he's kind of like incorporated, and Star Trek The Captain's Chair, which I really love. I think that's a great game. It's a little bit on a lot of symbology, like you have to be fully kind of engaged with it, but it's another great game, and he's just a great designer. He's out there he's doing everything out there these days.
Yeah, I have to say I'm not a huge solo gamer. I'll do a little bit, but
Sure.
Anthony is probably screaming in his microphone right now, saying you better vote for Turchi. But I swinging back to Austria here for a sec. Like,
oh yeah,
I really like Wolfgang Warsch's games. Quacks,
sure.
Gongsunflower, and Taverns of Tiefenthal are all games that I will happily play anytime. Quacks gets a lot of table time at the store and also at home. My teenage daughter doesn't like too many games, but she likes Quacks, and so sits a lot of players, plays simultaneous. We get it out at home. We get it out at the Giddy Goblin fairly regularly. So that's a big game for me in terms of appeal. And
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a how would you say it, Australian designer, but there's the Grand Austria Hotel.
That's
Makes
right.
honorable mention there. It's a good game.
It is.
I'm gonna have to get hungry here with you, Tim, because Mind Clash is, again, it's a little much, but it's fantastic, and Turtzi is Turtzi, so pretty big stuff there.
I'm not as swung by Mind Clash. I didn't love Tricurion. I know that's heresy as well. Cerebria I only played once, and it was very long for what it was.
It is. I agree with that.
So again, respect. David Turchi, it's hard to vote against him, but I really like me some Pfister and Warsch. I think I'm going to go Austria.
Oh, we're going to roll a tie again, Tim.
We're doing a lot of disagreeing here, Chris.
That's good. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
Turtzi's going to find you, though, Tim. Just saying. He's everywhere. Turtzi's everywhere.
He is everywhere. I agree.
All right, odds or evens, Tim?
I'm sticking with odds. All
right, here we go. 19, Tim.
Hey, that's
19. Me. Oh no!
All right, so the number 6 seed Austria knocks off the number 11 seed Hungary.
Jeez, that's an upset, man.
No, that's the way it's supposed to go. The 6 seed.
No, Turtzi's upset. I just talked to him. He was here a second ago. Damn it, he's gone.
I hope
Look out, Tim.
I hope I never need a solo mode design.
Don't go solo against Turtzi. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair. If we were doing solo games, I think that he'd be by himself and winning the whole thing. But
I'm sure he'd be up there at the very least.
All right. Almost through our list here. So we're to go number 7 against number 10. Number 7 is Finland.
Finland.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
only one designer that came up, but I hope I say his name right. Tuco Takokallio. And even in his bio on Board Game Geek, he says, "Just call me Tuco." He is the designer of Eclipse and Walnut Grove. So
I own Walnut Grove. I actually have that game.
yeah, it's a Grail game for a lot of folks. I sold my copy a while back because I wasn't playing it enough and figured somebody else could benefit. But I did enjoy it. My family and game group were underwhelmed by it, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a throwback as a kid, like Little House on the Prairie with Walnut Grove. So I was just like, is that what that's supposed to be? Like, not necessarily, but it still works.
Yeah, my wife and teenage daughter are big fans of Little House on the Prairie, so I thought I could rope them in, but they
Not so
preferred
much,
Carcassonne.
Oh no!
And then Portugal. Any idea of any Portuguese designers, Chris? I know I'm going to put you on the spot here for a sec, but
Are we talking games off the 100, or are we talking specifically game designers?
There's only one Portuguese designer that comes to mind when I think of things.
Well, I mean, there's only one for me, Tim. I mean, I think there's several others, but would that happen to be a Vital Lacerda, Tim?
That would be the Portuguese designer of note. Yes,
that is the Portuguese designer. But no, there's others. But yeah, that's my buddy.
So in the top 100, Kanban makes the list. I believe On Mars is top 100 as well.
Yeah,
Lisboa, the Gallerists, like
Lisboa's so great.
I mean, if you're anywhere around crowdfunding or modern board gaming, Vital Lacerda's name, in conjunction with Eagle Griffin and Ian O'Toole, often spoken all as one big phrase, has put out some real Hall of Famers over the years.
Yeah, there's also I think it was I'm gonna try to remember the name, Polo Sola Dade, Madeira, Nippon, Panamax.
What's Your Game, that company.
Yeah,
so you're right. I believe they were also Portuguese and very good, solid designs.
Yeah, I think they had a couple designers on their game. Forgive me, I can't remember the other co-designers on that, but I'm still waiting for my Madeira game that I backed a long time ago.
Pushing some buttons here. There. Pushing some buttons.
Oh no! I'll try not to hold it against Portugal.
Yeah. So Nuno Bizarro Sentiaro and Paulo Soledade.
Soledade, yeah,
are the What's Your Game designers. And Nippon just was up on crowdfunding again recently.
Yes.
And that company also put out Kalis. I don't know if that was the same designers, but that company did well. No, Kalis was William Adia.
Okay.
So, but if we go by our top 100 list, we got Vital Lacerda versus the designer of Eclipse.
That's a rough one, man. I mean, Tim, I'm just going to go with Messi. I mean, Lacerda. So
yeah, I'm going to have to do the same. As much as I love Eclipse, I've played some of that designer's other games. I didn't find them quite as overwhelming, as quite as exciting. Whereas Lacerda, I've played several of them and just thought, wow, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, with his backups from the design team from Madeira and Nippon. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for the Finland team to kind of stand up to that, but I appreciate them placing out there. So
fair.
It's a good showing, nonetheless.
All right, Portugal moves on to the next round, and then we have one final bracket in our 16 starters. Our number 8 seed versus our number 9 seed. We've got Poland versus lumped together Greece and Cyprus. I'm gonna put in together as a single team. So from Poland, was not the designer I expected from Poland. I'll get to him in one sec, but the one who makes the top 100 is actually Adam Kopinski of Nemesis, Frostpunk, and Lord of Hellas fame.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I forgot he designed Lord of Hellas. Wow, that's been a while ago.
Because in my mind, I thought the top Polish designer that comes to mind would be Ignacy Cevicek from Portal Games and Imperial Settlers.
We were just talking about that before, Tim.
Yeah. And Hiroshima Hex.
Robinson Crusoe.
Yeah, some banger titles. So pretty active Polish design team. And I want to say that Awaken Realms is Polish as well. So that's a publisher as opposed to a designer. But pretty sure they're out of Poland doing some of these big fancy Euros and dominating the market.
Sure.
Multi-million-dollar crowdfunding things. But
Yeah.
that's not what we're talking today. We're talking designers. So Adam
Yes,
Kopinski.
we are talking designers.
Yeah, and we'll give an honorable mention to Ignacy Cevicek, even though he's not quite top 100.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Greece and Cyprus, we've got Vangelis Bagiartakis, I'm sorry.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Varnavas Timotheou, who are the designers of Hegemony.
Yeah.
And Vangelis also designed Among the Stars, was credited on Kitchen Rush and Dice City from AEG back in the day. So
those are all good games.
Yeah. So I've not played Hegemony. I know you guys, I think, if I'm not mistaken, put that as your game of the year for the year it came out.
Yeah, Hegemony was just it was another really wonderful epic kind of simulation game that was super crunchy, but it had a different theme, obviously, and competitive yet somewhat cooperative at the same time. So it really felt thematic as far as the play was concerned. So it's a really solid game, and they just came out with World Order, which Dave talked about. So they're doing good.
I've not played Hegemony. I was interested, just as a side bunny trail. Any idea how long it took you guys to play that? Because I was on BGG and people was posing the questions, and the answers range from like 3 hours to 10 hours for the first play.
No, it's not 10 hours.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Don't let anyone tell you that. I think our gameplay was I think the first time in probably was about 4 hours, and then I think over time we got it down to 3.
Okay.
And it's not as complicated as it seems. In fact, I think if you laid it out on the table with a gamer, like a real gamer, I think they could almost figure it out, because it does come with player aids. It's the only challenge and difficulty is, like a lot of those kind of games, like leader games, like Root, you need to know what the other players' goals and what they do. So that's somewhat of the challenge as far as playing that game, because if you're the working class, you need to know what the capitalists can do, but also you need to know what the government does, and all the other groups. So it's not, please, if anyone's thinking about playing it, it's not that heavy and complicated. You could almost play with the player aids, but again, you have to kind of collaborate together. So
okay. Yeah, good to hear. Because on that list, I've definitely played Among the Stars a fair amount and Dice City.
I love Dice City. I have
solid.
I have Dice City and expansions too.
Yeah, I got some of the expansions too. And so for a while, that was a go-to dice rolling game, building columns and rows of cards, your city, and I really enjoyed those. So that's kind of, we got the fairly heavy to the reasonably light. And then on the Polish side, with Adam Kuski, I've not played Nemesis, Frostpunk, or Lords of Hellas. So cannot really, I feel again a bit of a disadvantage. I know people love those games, but I've not played any of those 3.
I've seen Nemesis played a lot, and I was surprised that it did as big as it did. I have personally not played it, just because it was just so expensive to purchase on Kickstarter. I mean, we kind of joked about it. Like, I think their last campaign, you could get everything at $900, plus shipping and everything else. But I've certainly played Lords of Hellas. I've certainly played Neuroshima Hex, and I played all the Ignacy games probably that's been out there. His stuff has been kind of hit and miss over the years, but he has a really solid ludology. So he owns Portal Games, which is just a really kind of innovative company out there producing games. So
so his top ranked game barely missed. It's 120 as Robinson Crusoe is his top ranked game. So.
I love that game. That's way back in the day, but that's probably that's a great cooperative game. I would highly recommend that. I think it's a lot of fun to play. The challenge with that game is it's a lot, because you have all the different scenarios in that one box, so you really have to kind of sort things out. But Anthony loved Imperial Settlers. 51st State is great. There's just these are really equally good games. I mean, I would put up a Hegemony versus Nemesis, which again is a Amerithrash versus a pure epic Euro. So I think they're both heavyweights, at least in that kind of class. So I'm actually going to go Greece. because I think Hegemony, again, I have a little bias because I have not played Nemesis. If you would like to send me a copy, I promise to play it. Just saying. If you happen to have a $900 version of it standing around sealed, I will definitely play it. But I have played the less expensive, but also as complicated and fun Hegemony. So yes, I'm going to go with that.
All right, I think my vote's going to be whether or not you allow me to include Ignacy Cevicek on the Polish team.
Oh, no.
Because technically, if we're going by top 100, he doesn't quite make the rankings. But if we slide him in on the sly,
sure.
I like enough Portal games. I think I'm going to go with Poland.
Okay, I think to be fair, since neither of us have played Nemesis, I have played Frostpunk, and I have played Lord of Hellas and Hiroshima Hex and everything. So I think that's fair because I think a lot of people out there will be like, how could you judge Poland without having played Nemesis, which is just epic as far as I've been told. So, Tim, once again, as always, it leads us to a dice roll in which you pick an odd and even, I roll the die, and then you become very confused. So
I'm going to stick with odd.
You're going to stick with odds. Okay,
Yeah.
so you remember 1, 3, 5, 7, right? Okay, good. Here we go, Tim. Tim, that is 14.
Oh,
That would be an even, Tim.
it is.
Yes.
I can't even make the joke I was going to make because you said you like Robinson Crusoe. I said you like losing, Chris, which is what we're going to illustrate today. But as I lose that bracket, so
it's a shame that they didn't teach odds and evens in medical school, Tim.
I'm not going to live that one down, am I?
Go to a harder type of school, Tim. Why don't you?
Yeah, we're going to go to round 2, which is an even round.
Oh, there you go. You're back on board, buddy. Well done. I'm proud of you, man.
Self-mockery in the ear holes of thousands of listeners. Gotta love it.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. The people like that.
Okay. All right, round 2, I think, is going to be some heavy hitters. So, our first bracket is going to be rank 16 New Zealand versus rank 2 Italy. And so just a reminder, the New Zealand team is Carl de Visser from Endeavour and Shem Phillips and crew from the West Kingdom. And Italy is our War of the Ring, War for Arrakis, Barrage, Grand Austria Hotel, Zolkin, Darwin's Journey, Lorenzo El Magnifico, Coimbra, Gizia.
And the list goes on, Tim. Is that what you want to say? Okay. I'm going to go with my Italian brethren to move on to the next round. What about you, Tim?
I'm going to go the same. I love me some Shem Phillips and things, but that team from Italy is going to be the shoe-in for me.
All right. Well, unlike the World Cup, they're moving on to the next round, Tim.
All right. So this I think is the bracket of the underdogs. We got our 14th seed Canada and our 13th seed the Netherlands.
Oh, so Tim, this is going to be rough for you.
Eric Lang versus Splatter.
Ooh, Tim. It's going to happen, Tim.
Yeah. I don't know. I still like me some Eric Lang.
Yeah, I love me some Eric Lang. Yeah. I hear you, Tim. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Tim. That's the problem here. You're not wrong. But are you right, Tim? That's the problem. Are you right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the Splatter team, Tim, and that's gonna lead us off to a dice roll. Tim, once again, as always, do you want to switch up, Tim? Huh?
No, I'm gonna add Senfun Lim to our team though. Akratiri, Junkart, Belfort, Corpse of Discovery, another good Canadian designer. So throwing his name out before you roll me away. I'm gonna vote for Canada.
What is it?
Canada gets
Canada.
my vote.
Odds or even, Sim?
Odds.
It's going to odds, people. 15, Tim. It's 15.
I hope the Canadian World Cup team does as well as the board game design team is doing here.
The team that could, Tim. The team that no one believed in but you, Tim.
Oh, Canada. All right. I don't know if we have any soccer chants. We're too new to the soccer team to have too many chants, I think. But we're sorry.
Use one of your curling chants, Tim.
Yeah. We all chant "We're sorry" in unison.
Yes.
All right. The next bracket. This is going to be a tougher one. We got the French, captained by Bauza, Cathala, Against the Austrian team, which is
Ooh.
our 6th seed team. And
Mm-hmm.
that's Pfister and Warsh were our co-captains there.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
got
we talked about it before. It's kind of hard. I mean, the French are such a stacked team, just top and bottom, and they just have more heavy hitters. So I'm going French.
Yeah, because even without Bauza and Cathala, if we're bringing in Sky Teams, Harmonies, games like
Yeah.
that, there's entire design companies out of France.
Yeah.
Hachette Games carries a wide catalog these days, and I
Mm-hmm.
know that's a publisher, not a designer, but
Oh, sure.
just a very dominant team. I think I'm going to go with the French as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the French are typically overshadowed by the Germans, but the French have just wonderful numbers, wonderful companies, and again, another deep bench of just great games.
So we're unanimous on that one. French moving on.
French move on, man.
Okay. And then for our final bracket in the second round, we've got Portugal, captained by Mr. Lacerda,
Himself.
against Greece and Cyprus, captained by the Hegemony team. Uh,
What are you thinking, Tim?
I'm going to have to go Lacerda.
Yeah, it's got to be Lacerda. It's Hegemony is a great game, and they've produced other great games from that country, certainly. But Lacerda is a team in and of himself. He's had a little dip in the years past, but he seemed to have pulled a bit back, and he's still owning the landscape of those heavy super deluxe games, as you mentioned, Tim, on Kickstarter and such. So yeah, Portugal
All right.
moves on, man.
So we are down to our final 4 in the bracket series: Italy, Canada, France, and Portugal.
Oh boy, here it gets tough, Tim.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe the first one won't be quite as tough for you, Chris. Italy versus Canada. The little engine that could.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Italy for many reasons, Tim. If you got a better game than War of the Ring, let me know, and we'll roll a die, Tim. Come on, dig deep, Tim. There's got to be something in there.
I'm gonna go with Italy.
We're gonna go with Italy, but we're not gonna tell anybody because we don't want to get Tim deported.
Right.
So Italy moves on to the next round.
Okay. All right, and on to the next bracket.
Yay! Next bracket.
I'm sorry, Canada. I love.
No, we didn't hear anything. Go ahead.
Okay. So we just covered the French team. Quite a depth of players there, and we're putting them up against Portugal, which we're including a little bit of what's your game and that team, but Lacerda being sort of the main designer, I'm going to pull out of Portugal. So, Chris, is this going to make you sweat a little, or is this a not too hard one for you?
No, this is gonna make me sweat a little bit. I mean, the French team, like you mentioned earlier, Tim. I mean, they're so vast and diverse, and they just have so many games across the board. I mean, obviously, they're not the heavier games out there, but certainly, just great designs, throughout, and great designers. And again, they've kind of owned so many of the great stuff out there. I mean, Seven Wonders is one of my favorite games of all time, but Cyclades has certainly been up there, and I mean, Mare Nostrum, again, Shadows over Camelot. Geez, there's a lot of great designers out there. Is one designer alone, Mr. Vital Lacerda, greater than all the French game designers out there, all the French games out there?
I've heard people say you could survive the rest of your board gaming career off just Lacerda titles. Rotate
Yes,
them
it's
around.
Lacerda. There you go, Tim. You talked me into it. I wasn't sure, but you pushed me over the edge. I'm like, could I survive over Lacerda games? And I'm just like, yeah, I pretty much could. He's kind of like Stefan Feld, but if Feld did like really heavy games, like he's got such a diverse ludology of just wonderful games out there. So, and this comes from like, I would argue one of the biggest Seven Wonder fans of all time out there. Like I own everything Seven Wonders. And I actually got to play Seven Wonders with the Seven Wonders design team many years ago on BGA Live, Tim. I don't know if you were on for that episode way back in the day. I got up at 4 a.m. to play with the team there, and I was very excited about that. So, but yeah, no, Vital Lacerda. I think this is the upset. I think the French took it a little too lightly, and Vital Lacerda was like, this is on me, and he did a thing, because he does a thing,
So this is a hard bracket for me because Visal sort of kind of represents my gaming group, right? My sitting around the table with the boys that are hardcore gamers, and we're doing that. Whereas the French team represents a lot of the two-player games I play with my wife, right? Your
It's
Lord
true.
of the Rings duels, your Sky
Yeah.
teams, Harmonies. I think she'll love. We haven't got that one to the table yet, but I don't know.
Are you French Canadian, Tim? Let me ask you that.
I am not. No.
Oh, okay.
So, je parle juste un peu de français, mais
See, he's a little French Canadian.
je suis anglais. All the French people out there are cursing my French, even though my attempts are genuine.
It's certainly a hard one because, like, Sea Salt and Paper has been. It's a small deck game, but it's been one of my favorites. Like, I've driven Anthony nuts talking about Sea Salt and Paper. Even Draftosaurus, that's another game that's great from France, from French designer. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong, Tim. I mean, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Lacerda games are a unique collection of games that are not for necessarily everybody, and the French games kind of really hit the mainstream quite well.
So after talking you into Lacerda, I think I'm going to talk myself into France. So.
That means a die roll, Tim. We're going to do the die roll thing again. Tim, are we staying odd, Tim?
I'm staying odd.
All right. Here we go,
soccer
Tim.
ball dice decide.
There you go. Tim, we have a 4.
That's even.
We have a 4. The number is 4, Tim.
Okay.
That would be even, Tim.
Which brings Portugal and a whole host of hooligans up against the Italian hooligans in the final bracket of our 16.
Yeah, that's... some people knew this was always going to happen. Some people were worried that it would burn the city down, playing this game anywhere in the world. And they may be right, Tim. They may be right.
So just for the record, in our system, that's the number 2 seed against the number 10 seed.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Again, it's part of how we created the list. But I feel pretty strongly this one. I'm going to go in favor of the Italians. I do love me some War of the Rings. Grand Austria Hotel is one of my favorite dice games. Voyage of Marco Polo is a great dice game.
Luciani, yeah.
Yeah, Coimbra I haven't played for a while, but I remember loving that one when I first played it. Lorenzo, Magnifico.
And Coimbra, ironically, isn't that about Portugal, if I remember correctly?
I think
it might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Brasini, Gili, Tashini. I mean, they have quite the bench, certainly. If you look at Magione, you got Darwin's Journey, obviously. Terzi we put on another team, but he is an Italian collaborator, though. He's not Italian himself, but he has collaborated on a lot of those games, Tim. So certainly comes back. But Tashini, I think we haven't really talked about Tashini too much because we're talking about T games, Tim.
That's
Zolkin, Teotihuacan, Marco Polo and stuff like that. So yeah, so you're going with the Italians, Tim? Is that what you're saying?
I am. I like me some Vital, but I gotta go with the depth of the bench for the Italians.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I get that. Barrage, Barrage is in there too. Oh, geez, they got some things. All right, Tim, I can't disagree with you here. The Roman meeples here. I think yeah. It's quite the Italian job. We got Luciani, Tashini. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Italians as well, Tim. So,
in the final game, the Italians take it. The heavy favorites going in. They come out near the top. Good job, Italy.
What seed were they, Tim?
Number 2. They were only behind Martin Wallace and the English, who got knocked out in the first round.
I wonder why that happened, Tim. I wonder why that happened.
Somebody loves Shem Phillips.
Someone's a Shem fan. So show him the tattoo, Tim. Show him. Show. Yeah, there you go. See?
Good thing it's a podcast.
We should check Tim for tattoos before he started.
Okay, Chris. So we're going to congratulate Italy, but I want to make you choose. I'm going to put up the 2 big boys for you now for your consideration.
Okay.
So in the gaming market, I think modern Euro type designs are often credited to Germany as sort of the country that got us going. So I'm going to The top ranked German designer was actually a surprise to me based on the way I made the list. Was Matthias Wiggy from Arc Nova is the
Oh,
highest
that's
ranked
interesting.
game by a German designer. But
The hotness, yeah.
next was Jan Zrugmuller and Hella Ostertag, designers of Gaia Project, Terra Mystica.
Sure.
Then we got your boy Stefan Feld, Castles of Burgundy,
Feld.
Trajan, Bora Bora, Civolution. The designer that first came to me, my mind for Germany, was actually Uwe Rosenberg.
Yeah. Of
East
course.
Roden, Caverna, Agricola, Le Havre.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my favorite designers, Matt Gertz, Concordia, Navigador, Imperial, and TK. Rainer Stockhausen from Orleans and Antiplano.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Singh from The Crew. Andreas Seafarth from Puerto Rico, San Juan, Thurn and Taxis. Freedom and Fries from Power Grid.
Wow.
Friday. Helga Messner from Revive. Michael Kiesling from Azul, Tikal, Heaven and Ale. Kiesling and Kramer often go in the same breath. So there's an oversight from the top 100, some of the German designers that come up. And I think in my own mind that would take out any of the teams that we've talked about so far.
Yeah, you got Rainer Knizia too, and Wolfgang Kramer, who are, when I think German names, that's generally where my head goes.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see Rainer Knizia did not make the top 100 on Board Game Geek. I don't know if he was in there at one point. I think
only now, Tim, his games are getting new deluxeified versions where they're actually re-emerging on the market to the new audience. Yeah. I mean, he's created probably, if I may be wrong on this, the most games out there as far as like current modern day collections. Like he's just everywhere.
Was Tigris and Euphrates not in the top 100 for a long time? I gotta think.
I guess it has. I mean, Ra is it's got its super deluxe reprint not too many years ago, so I'm surprised that that's not on in the top 100.
In his top ranked games, Ra is 114, Quest for El Dorado is 123, and Tigris Euphrates 131. So he's definitely well represented in that bracket that just missed the cut. But
yeah, Lost Cities is also a very good 2-player game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, doesn't get a lot of love, but it's probably one of the best 2-player games out there.
And I'll throw a shout out to My City as well. I thought that was a great 2-player game. My wife and I played in Legacy style. Got all those polyominoes that you love, Chris.
Well, we also can't forget. I don't know if you mentioned Klaus Tauber.
I did not, but yeah, absolutely.
Some Catan love there too.
Yeah.
You always have to mention Catan. I mean, that people would be very upset if Catan wasn't mentioned.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
who do we have for the Americans though, Tim?
Yeah, so if anyone is going to try to take them down, I'm going to force you to choose. Here we go. For the Americans, the top ranked designers are actually Leacock and Davio for Pandemic Legacy and Ticket to Ride Legacy.
Sure.
So smashing design team there. Isaac Childress from Gloomhaven and Frosthaven. Paul Denon from Dune Imperium and Clank. Corey Konetska from TI4, Star Wars Rebellion, Battlestar Galactica, Eldritch Horror.
Wow, these guys amazing.
Yeah. Oh no, my list deleted his last name, but R. Eric, is it Rouse from Spirit Island? Jamie Stegmeyer from Scythe, Viticulture, Vantage, Tapestry, all your Stonemeyer games. Nate French from your LCG games, Arkham Horror, Game of Thrones, Marvel Champions, Lord of the Rings. Cole Worley from Root, Pax Premier and Arcs. Elizabeth Hargrave from Wingspan. The Fox Experiment, Mariposa. The team at Chip Theory Games, Tom and Adam Carlson. Josh and Adam Carlson. They've done Too Many Bones, Elder Scrolls, Hoplomachus. Got James Wilson from Everdell, Randy Flynn from Cascadia, Dan Halligan from Obsession. Got Ryan Laukett from Sleeping Gods, Near and Far, Above and Below. Nikki Valens from Mansions of Madness, Eldritch Horror. Richard Garfield, little game called Magic the Gathering.
and King of Tokyo.
Yeah, top 100 is Android Netrunner.
Yeah.
Justin Kempinen from Star Wars Imperial Assault and Love Letter. Thomas Lehman, Race for the Galaxy. Evan Derrick, Final Girl, Detective City of Angels. So your American team is also very deep in that top 100 here, Chris.
It is. And you're still claiming Eric Lang, who's also has Canadian citizenship and lived in. Right, you're still connected. He's an American too, right?
I'm not giving him up.
Damn it!
He's ours.
Damn it!
He can live in the States, but he's Canadian.
Oh, Did you mention Isaac Childress?
I did, yeah. Gloomhaven,
Okay.
Frosthaven, yeah.
Yeah, Farsaven, Gloomhaven. Yeah. Davido? Rob Davido?
Yeah. So I best know
Okay.
him for his legacy games, but he's also, I think, involved in restoration games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Leacock. How about Donald X Vaccarino, Dominion?
Yeah, I don't think that made the top 100, but
Oh, that's surprising.
yeah.
Usually Dominion, was it Intrigue? Usually that's the one that's kind of still floating around the top 100, but maybe it finally dropped out.
Yeah, not sure. I'm going to quickly search here and see where they rank in the end. Dominion's 147. Intrigue is 133 on Board Game Geek currently.
Oh, so it did fall out of the top 100. Isn't it interesting that Intrigue is higher than actually the base game?
So, Chris,
that's a rough list, man.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams, I think, just the depth of those benches. Like I listed off 12 designers or so there for the Americans in the top 100, and the Germans. Just, don't forget about them. Like any team that's got Uwe Rosenbergs and Stefan Feld as part of its membership is pretty good. So, which half of your collection are you burning, Chris?
Damn it! It's the Euro Kings versus the Ameritrash Legends, and I'm trying to figure out how am I going to live with myself. You mentioned about what selection collection of games would I want to stick with, or stay with. Oh, geez. I mean, Corey Konetska, TI4, Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars Rebellion. Geez, man, just that alone. I'm also going to throw at you, Tim, Magic the Gathering, which I feel like I could drop the mic right now and walk out just with that alone, because I mean, there are millions of Magic the Gathering fans who that's all they do. That's their lifestyle game, right? That's who they are, and it's been a phenomenal, amazing thing. Also, Pandemic, right? Pandemic as a mechanic has been used in so many games out there, and Dominion deck building has been everywhere. So
and pretty much the entire LCG market is dominated by American designers.
Right? Sure. Yeah, everything from the original Fantasy Flight crew back in the day. I mean, Corey Konetska was part of that, of course.
Yep.
Ooh, geez, Tim. I mean, it's hard because, like, if you're matching up the games like Catan versus Magic the Gathering, right? I would think those are the two big sluggers. I don't think there's a bigger one from Germany and there's a bigger one from America. Ironically, Catan is a Euro game where you trade nicely, more or less, and Magic the Gathering is one of the most dynamic, competitive games with a secondary financial market, which is not Richard Garfield's fault, although it's capitalism at its greatest money income making thing in the world of all worlds. So
to me, it's the game of who spent the most money on their deck versus who's got the longest road.
Yeah. Who's got which for sheep? I mean, that's a thing that the kids say these days, Tim. Geez, Tim, this is not good. So if those two games kind of match up, and then I got to go to Corey Konetska for me, he's kind of, I mean, he's probably my top designer from America as far as like American games, America Thrash, Amerithemed games, and I'm looking for somebody on the Euro side. I guess that's going to be a Feld or Uwe Rosenberg, because I think those are really solid representations of the Euro game market. Feld is Feld, and Uwe Rosenberg is like, he kind of does things on one rail, give or take, but he does it so incredibly well. So, and then the rest of them are also very good. It's not like they're not good. Stegmeyer has produced some wonderful games. Childress, certainly. Gloomhaven is a monolith in the game industry. Tim, I'm going to go German. I can't believe I'm saying it. It
hurts to vote against your country. You're not whispering.
I'm voting against my country here. It's not my fault. It's Tim's fault. It's his Canadian influence. Yeah. Don't deport me. These days in America, that could get me deported.
Not touching that joke, Chris.
Yeah. I'm for all our German listeners out there, I might be seeking German citizenship after this. there's somebody who's very unhappy when you don't put America first, I guess. But the Germans know their board games, and again, Knizia, Kramer, Rosenberg, Feld, Teuber, Kiesling. I mean, it's just, geez, it's. I think just American game designers and publishers, they're just younger. I don't think they've had the time to kind of put in a little bit longer. And also, you stole Eric Lang. I think Eric Lang might have been our saving grace. But
he blends into America, but he's Canadian.
Jeez, he's a Canadian American. I seen him in America. I saw him a couple of months ago. He was in America. He was there.
You ask him next time you run into him.
Okay. We'll ask him.
But for me, I have to say that the length of the American list caused me some pause. I'd have to burn a lot of games.
Yeah,
but in the end, I'm in this hobby because of those German type games. I could not live or see my collection without Felds and Rosenbergs and games of that ilk. I love me some of those American games, and I've played a lot of them a handful of times. My teenage son would mourn the loss of Magic the Gathering as I set it up in flames and finally had some room to put things in my house and walk across my floor without decks of cards in process of being built. I mean, sorry, I'm ranting here, but I'm going to have to go with the German team for this one.
Sure.
Long live the kings of board game design that have brought this hobby to us. And I think there's just enough history and wealth of knowledge and skill and road paving for the rest of the world that, to me, I have to give to the Germans.
Well said, Tim. I think that's certainly true. I mean, it came from Germany, and it remains German in not just its roots, but it's in its future as well. And we've certainly benefited, and all designers have benefited from it and drawn from it and expanded from it. So, well deserved throughout. And again, if America's done anything, is it's made Euro games its own. So it's smart enough to do that at the very least. And
mad respect to that list of American designers. And just this whole episode, I mean, to see this hobby spread around the world and everybody's adding their own flavors and contributing, and that I can travel to Germany or the UK or Portugal and go to huge gaming conventions and sit down at the table with people from other countries and just share this common passion. That excites me. It sounds kind of cheesy maybe, but I love that about our hobby.
And again, it's very reflective of the World Cup that's currently happening now, where all the countries get to come together and enjoy and engage in a game that is universal and collectively beloved. And that's also very much true about tabletop games. I don't think the designers out there really get that, but certainly it is 100% true. And the world is a better place because of all these games that are out there and designed by all these wondrous people from these amazing places around the world.
Amen.
All right, everyone. So until next time, this is Chris.
And this is Tim.
And we'll save you all a seat at the table. Take care, everyone.
Go Canada, go.
Hey there, Hugh from Podderation here, and if you like today's show, why not have a listen to the All Things Nintendo podcast? Hosted by Brian Shea, former director and Game Informer and lifelong games journalist, the show explores the ins and outs of gaming's oldest company and one of its biggest, featuring interviews, featuring reviews, featuring everything you want to know about the world of Nintendo. If you'd like to learn more, check out our website at podderation.com.